Everyone, it's Suzanne and I'm back with another video, and this video is all the manicures that I wore for September 2023. And if you're new here, I do rate my manicures and I will go over that rating in just a minute. If you've been on my channel for a while somewhere, I will put the timestamp so you can just skip over this spiel about the rating and go straight to the manicures. So if you're new here, I do rate my manicures on a scale of 1 to 5, and most of my ratings are based on, or all of my ratings are based on song lyrics or song albums, just because I love music and I thought it was something kind of different. I thought it was kind of cute. So all my manis get a rating from 1 to 5, and just remember I'm rating my manicures, not necessarily the polishes, because the polishes are all usually, you know, beautiful and stunning, but I try to sometimes put combinations together that just don't, they just don't look right for whatever reason. So I'm basically rating the manicure, not the polish. Just keep that in mind. So all of my polishes get a rating of 1 to 5. 1 is the worst, 5 is the best. If they get a rating of 1, that is a rating of hot dog flavored water, which means it's, no good, hot dog flavored water, and it is based off of an album cover from Limp Bizkit. If they get a rating of 2, that is How Could You Do Somebody Like That, which is a song Boiler by Limp Bizkit. Number 3 gets a rating of 'Cause Your Mouth's Writing Checks That Your Ass Can't Cash, which is a song called Full Nelson from Limp Bizkit. Number 4 gets a rating of One Day I Will Get You in My Hands and I'll Play With You, which is a song by ICP called Play With Me. Number 5 gets a rating of This Is What It Looks Like Being the Best, which is a song called A Cut Above by Avery Watts. So that's just how I kind of rate them. It's just what I do. So that's the rating system, but let's just get into the manicure. So for this month, I wore 23 manis with 33 polishes. If you see me looking down, I say this every month. It's because I have like a little nail book that tells me what I wore, because I can't remember them. But before we get into the manis, I did just want to say that right before this month started, I cut my nails completely off, and I will insert a picture of how long they were. I have natural nails. I think it's just a lot hereditary. I'm just blessed with the ability to grow long nails. I could make a video on that, and maybe I will, but I think you can do, all the things to make your nails long, and they still might not ever get long, I just think it's hereditary. I think quite a bit of, just anything in life, your hair, your nails, your skin is hereditary. So I am fortunate to have that ability to grow my nails long because they're natural. I don't do any of the gel overlays. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. And because I am blessed with the ability to grow them, I don't want to spend the time or the money to do that, I guess. I do think gel overlays on people are beautiful, and I understand totally why people do them, because you don't have to deal with breakage or anything, because with natural nails, they do break. So my nails do break, and usually I will wear them long until they break, and then I cut them off. But this go around, they just seemed like they were never going to break, and they were starting to interfere with my daily life, because I was doing a lot of typing, and they were constantly hitting the wrong keys, and I'd have to go back and change it, and it was just interfering with my life too much. So I did cut my nails off at the beginning of this month, so that is why they're quite a bit shorter. I don't know why I cut them so short, because they didn't really, like I said, I didn't have a break, so they didn't need to go that short, but I did, and I usually always do it that way. I don't know why I don't cut them just a little bit. I tend to cut them all the way off. So that is why my nails start out very short in this video, when last month they were very long. But let's just get into the manicures. So the first polish I wore one polish, and it is from Smith & Colt, and it is called The Message. And in my pictures, you will see a regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, and a glossy top coat. And if you have never tried these Smith & Colt polishes, all of these, I think I have like 4, were given to me by a friend, and the shimmer in these are just like, I don't know, it's just amazing. It's so good, the shimmer in these. I wound up rating this a 3, because your mouth's writing checks that your ass can't cash, only because this base coat, it's kind of like a magenta, like a magenta brick red. Yeah, not magenta, maroon, like a maroon, magenta. It's like a maroon brick red, and that's just not my favorite base color. If it had been a different base color, it definitely would have gotten a 4 or higher, but because the base coat, I rated it a 3, but the shimmer in this was stunning. It was easy removal because it's just like a little cream with some shimmer in it, but very, very pretty. So for my next manicure, I wore 3 polishes. I wore this from Emily DeMolly, and it is called See Through You, and it's just a very pretty blue reflective glitter. And then I wore this Callista Carol Manny, which is just another really pretty blue. I think it's got like hollow in there to make it sparkle, but it's really pretty. And then I also wore this polish from Monarch Lacquer, which is called Ghoul. I think it's supposed to be like a purpley, but it kind of plays either way. Like it's very, very dark, so it could pull off a blue or a purple. And it's got these gold flakes in there. I'm trying to get it out of my camera light so you can see it, but you can kind of see it. But anyway, I wore these 3 polishes together, and in my pictures, you will see a regular base coat, 2 coats of Emily DeMolly and the Callista D Carol. I did do 3 coats of the Lemming because it kind of tended to be a little bit sheer. I did glitter grabber on the Emily DeMolly because it's a reflective glitter. I use clips to remove just this Emily DeMolly because it's that reflective glitter. All were beautiful polishes, but I rated this a 2, which is how could you do somebody like that? Because I'm not really sure that they went together very well, and I'm not really a fan of reflective glitters as much as I used to be, so that kind of was like, but they're all very pretty polishes. Can't wait to wear them all 3 again in some type of different combo or alone, and I will be keeping all of those in my collection. So next up, I wore 1 polish. I wore this polish from A England, and it is called, I'm not sure how you say this, Clyte. It's Clytie, and it's just basically a brown, bronzy like shimmer. It is very, very pretty. In my pictures, I have a regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, and a glossy top coat. It is easy to remove. It's just really pretty. It's got like some hollow in here, I think, or shimmer, I guess, that makes it just really, really pretty. I wind up rating this a 3 because your mouse rating checks that your ass can't cash, because it's very pretty. Can't wait to wear it again. Just didn't quite make it to the 4 category. So next up, I wore 1 polish from Bluebird Lacquer, and this is called A Bunting We Will Go. And this is just a really pretty, it's kind of like a fuchsia color. It's got like blue glitters and like silver glitters. It's really, really pretty. In my pictures, I do have down that this was very hard to photograph. It wouldn't, let me pull off all these glitters and show you the accuracy of what it looked like in person. But in my pictures, I have a regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, and a glossy top coat. This was pretty easy removal. There was a slight scrubbing. I did not use clips on it. I don't know how I feel about this one. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it or if I'm going to put it in the giveaway. I'm undecided at this point, but I did rate this a 2. How could you do somebody like this? Because in the bottle, this looks stunning, and it did look stunning on my nails, but I just think the coloring is not my preferred color, so I might wind up putting that in the giveaway. I'm not sure about that one. So then the next polish I wore is a polish from Cadillac, and it is called Let It Glow. And oh my gosh, this was good. This polish was good. I have never worn this. I bought it in PPU. Does it tell you? This doesn't tell you, but I feel like this is close to a year old. And everyone, it was one that wasn't really on my radar, but people kept talking about it. So I wound up adding it at the last minute. And I do love these like turquoise flakies in there. I think it's supposed to be like a green base, but it kind of looks blue to me with these turquoise blue flakies in it. In my pictures, I use a regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, and glossy top coat. I did use the clips to remove this. The blue glitters I have in here that sometimes the polish would look green and sometimes it would look blue. I wound up rating this a 4, that one day I'll get you in my hands and I'll play with you because I cannot wait to wear this polish again. That was a stunner. I am glad. I'm going to move, so I apologize if this is loud. That is a stunner. I can't wait to wear that again. And I'm super excited and happy that I got that polish because, like I said, I almost did not get that polish. So next up, I wore one polish from Cuticle, and this is called Chip Chip Hooray. And in my pictures, I have a regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, and a glossy top coat. And this is kind of like, I'm not sure how you would describe this coloring. If it's like in the bottle, it looks kind of like it's got like a purplish pinkish tint, but if I remember right, it doesn't really come off the same exact color in the bottle, but I could be wrong because, like I said, this was back at the very beginning of September and it's now the beginning of October, so a month ago. But I do have that I used that this was easy removal, and that I have a note saying that this polish looked like fall in a bottle when I wore it. Super pretty. I wound up rating this a 3 because your mouse writing checks that your ass can't cash. Very pretty. These are just not my favorite base colors, so it didn't earn the 4 on my personal scale, but very pretty polish, very beautiful polish. So then next up, I wore one polish from Monarch Lacquer, and this is Codex Umbrium. And it is, I don't even know how to describe this. It's like a brown, but it's got like a little bit of hollow and like golden flakes in there. It is really, really pretty. In my pictures, I have on a regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, and a glossy top coat. This was easy removal, and this was a stunner. Like when I went to put this on my nails, I was like, it's just a, a brown, and browns aren't my favorite. I love a good brown, but they're not my favorite. They're not my, like, when I'm thinking, ooh, I want to paint my nails, I want to paint them brown. I'm never thinking that. But this was a stunner. I have that it goes from brown to gold to purple with hollow. So it kind of looks so different in different lightings. I wound up rating this a 5 because that's what it looks like being the best, because this just turned out to be a stunner. I can't wait to wear that one again. Stunning, stunning polish. Okay, then next up I wore a polish by BKL, and this is called Death and Fury, and in my pictures I have on a regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, and a glossy top coat. So this is kind of like a hollow with, it's kind of like a deep magenta-y color, I guess is how you would describe it. You'll see in my pictures and you can come up with how you think it's described, but that's how I would describe it. Maroon colored is what I said. Very pretty. It's easy removal. I wind up rating this a 4, that one day I'll get you in my hands and I'll play with you because I can't wait to wear it again. But it is very, very, very pretty polish. So next up, I wore 2 polishes together. I wore this polish from Covergirl. It's called Toasted Almond, and it's basically just like an almond brown. It's in a small bottle because I've gotten to the point to where I couldn't really access it very well in the bottle it came in, so I dumped it into like a mini bottle because I've had this polish for a while. This polish, she's been around for a while. She's been in my collection for a while. But I just love her. She's just a basic brown neutral. Really pretty, really pretty. And then over top of it, I wore Moonshine Manny. Look at that. And this is called You'll Love It. This polish was not sheer at all. It did not need a topper, or not a topper. It did not need an undie. But when I was like going through my collection, look at that. That's so pretty. When I was going through my collection trying to find like some combos to do with it, I thought that these two, might look good as like a little combo together. But they didn't really. But when I let it dry, I thought, well, I might kind of put the Moonshine Manny over top it and just see what it looks like. It really helped bring out these flakes because I guess it darkened up the base and it really just brought out those flakes. But this is really pretty. In my pictures, you'll see, I don't know if I said this yet, but in my pictures, you'll see a regular base coat, 2 coats of both polishes, and a glossy top coat. It was easy removal. because that wasn't really, because this is flakies, not glitter. So easy removal. I wound up rating a 3 because your mouse writing checks that your ass can't cash, but very, very pretty polishes. Very pretty polishes. Can't say a bad thing about them. So next up, I wore one polish. I wore this polish from Night Owl Lacquer, which is called This Is Me Now. And it is like a green with these like, it's a green base color with like these blue flakies or glitters in there. Yeah, it's flakies. It's definitely flakies. Um, and in my pictures, you will see regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, and a glossy top coat. I do have in my notes that this was the easiest flaky polish I have ever removed. Usually with flakies, you don't need clips, but sometimes they'll be like, look at that glow in there. It will sometimes be like a slight scrubbing. This was like a cream. This girl removed like a cream. But there's always a but. I did not care for this polish on my nails. Looking at it in the bottle, I would think I love it, but I didn't care for it on my polish. I wound up rating this a 1, hot dog flavored water, and I am putting this in the giveaway. It's a beautiful polish, just not for me. And I don't know. I just didn't like it on my nails, but I would think I would, but I just didn't. So next up, I wore one polish. This is from Bluebird Lacquer. Look at that. This is a stunner too. And this is called Life is Just a Bowl of Scaries. This was in her Halloween Advent last year. And it is like a deep, deep, like oxblood red with these like, to almost black, the base. It's just a deep, deep red with these like stunning glowy flakes in here. In my pictures, I have on a regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, a glossy top coat. It was easy removal. What I liked about this is what's in my notes. It was vampy with the dark base, but then the flakies made it bright at the same time. And I do have that pictures do not do this justice. It just does not. I wind up rating this a 5, and I'm not even a red person. This is what it looks like being the best, because this was a stunner. This was a beautiful polish. Can't wait to wear that baby again, because it was stunning. Okay, next up, I wore 2 polishes. I wore this little polish, and this is just my juleps. I just threw all of them. Like, they were getting too hard to access them anymore, and I didn't really want to waste one bottle because I didn't have that much in each one. So this was a mix of several juleps that I just that I just threw in a bottle and shook up and mixed together. So it doesn't really have a name, but it's kind of like a light greenish color is how it turned out. And then I also wore this with a polish from Night Owl Lacquer, and this is called Yellow Metallic Halo. And I wore these 2 together, and it's basically, the Night Owl Lacquer is just basically a yellow metallic hollow, just what it's called. And in my pictures, you'll see I did do a regular base coat on the julep. I did a green colored, or not green, yellow colored base coat, blurry base coat on the Night Owl because I own one, so I wore it. 2 coats of polish and a glossy top coat. These were easy removal. I love these 2 polishes. This julep is just a basic cream, so it doesn't matter about that one, but this Night Owl, I just loved it. It was so bright, so pretty. I wound up rating this a 4, that one day I'll get you in my hands and I'll play with you, because I cannot wait to wear that Night Owl again, because it was a stunner. Then next up, I wore 2 polishes. I wore this polish from Red Eyed Lacquer, which it says Black Friday or BF Surprise. It's a Black Friday like gift if you ordered, if you spent so much, or if you were in the first, I don't remember what the requirements were to get this, but you got it with some type of purchase of a Black Friday polishes. And it's basically a blue, like a blue with a shimmer in it. I don't know if it's, just a blue with a shimmer in it. And then I wore it with this polish from Pampered Polish, which is called Charm Bomb. And it is basically like this, like, really pretty, like, rose pinkish maybe with, does it have, I'm not sure. It looks like it's got a little bit of hollow in there, not much. It definitely has something in there to give it like a little shimmer. I wore these together. In my picture, you will see a regular base coat, 2 coats of both, and a glossy top coat. It was easy removal. I am actually putting both of these in the giveaway. They were very pretty, but I don't know. They just weren't for me. I wasn't feeling them. I wound up rating them a 1, hot dog flavored water. Nothing wrong, beautiful polishes. I just wasn't personally feeling them. So I'm going to just put them in the giveaway and let, hopefully somebody else will get them and, love them and give them a forever home, and they won't have to, keep moving about, but they just weren't for me. So the next polishes I wore 2 polishes for the next manicure. I wore this polish from OPI, and it is called Rub A Pub, and it's really just like, it's coming off quite a bit lighter in my camera as I'm looking at it, but it's really a dark gray to almost, you definitely can tell it's gray. You're not like, is that black? But it's that dark that it's close to black. And then I also wore that with Cadillac, which this is called Darling Red Isn't Your Color. And it's basically, I'm trying to get it to where it will show. There we go. It's basically a white with black flakies in it. So I wore these together. In my pictures, I wore regular base coat, 2 coats of polish for the OPI, 3 coats for the Cadillac, and a glossy top coat. It was easy removal. There was a little bit of scrubbing on the Cadillac, but not much. I rated these a 4. That one day I will get you in my hands and I'll play with you, because they were both very, very pretty polishes, and I can't wait to wear them again. So next up, I wore 1 polish from Different Dimension, and this is called Mystery Prototype 357. She released some mystery prototypes. Her polish is hard to see because she's got, writing on the bottle everywhere. But she released some mystery prototypes back in the summer. And this is a thermal. And I normally don't buy thermals, but I remember these being super neat. And in this picture, I'll put in a couple different pictures in both states, because I was able to catch this in both states. In my pictures, though, this is just kind of like a brown. I think it looks really, really, I don't know. I wore 2 thermals this month, so I can't, was it this month? Yes, I wore 2 thermals this month. I can't remember which is which, to be honest with you, but you'll see them in my pictures. But it's a regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, and a glossy top coat. It was really easy removal, and it's a really neat polish, but I did rate it a 2. How could you do somebody like that? As of right now, I think I'll keep it, but I'm uncertain about that one. I haven't really decided 100%. Then for my next manicure, I wore 1 polish. I wore this polish from OPI, and it is called I'm So Swamped. In my camera, it is coming off more green. It's more like a bright olive. It's not a dark olive. It's kind of like an olive and grass green mixed together. This was so pretty. In my pictures, I wore regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, and a glossy top coat. I did rate this a 5. Here's what it looks like being the best, because this was a stunner for a cream. This was a stunner, and I can't wait to wear it again. I remember I did not want to take that one off. I wanted to keep that one off. I'll keep that one off. I want to keep that one on. So my next manicure, I wore 2 polishes. I wore this Meet Cute from Orly, which is kind of like a pinkish, like a rose pink color, or a dusty pink, I would say. And I also wore it with this Finger Paints Hues Blue, which is a blue with like a hollow, like a little bit of hollow shimmer in there. I wore these 2 together. In my pictures, I have a regular base coat, 3 coats of polish on each of them, and a glossy top coat. I wound up rating them a 2. How could you do somebody like that? Because I don't know. I don't think they really went together. I'm going to give both. I think I'm going to keep both these polishes because they were pretty on their own, but I don't think they went together. And, I need to just try them on their own to see if I liked them, if I want to keep them, because I don't think they really went together that good. Okay, so for my next manicure, I wore 3 polishes. I wore this C is for Color, which is one of the Sally Hansen Sesame Streets that they just came out. It's basically like a cobalt blue. I wore this Morgan Taylor, what is this called? Powers of Persuasion, which is a purple from their Clueless collection. And then over top of it, I wore this Rogue Lacquer Autumn Reflections. Yeah, Autumn Reflections. And what I did is every other nail was painted either the blue or the purple, and then the rogue went over like a topper. So some of them are blue, some of them are purple. I do think it probably looked better with the purple. I messed with it on my swatch stick, and I thought they both looked, I'm going to hold it over there because my pictures, I thought they both looked fine together. I do think I liked it better over the purple. In my pictures, I did a regular base coat, 2 coats of the Morgan and the Sally Hansen, so 2 coats of the base, and just 1 coat of the Rogue and a glossy top coat. Um, let's see, I talked about that. Easy removal. This was easy removal. This Sally Hansen, though, it stained my nails big time. I've never had a polish stain my nails like this. So I don't know what to do with it. I guess I'm going to put it in the giveaway, and when I go to give it away, I'll mention that it did stain my nails in case you don't want to participate in that month's giveaway. But it doesn't really bother me staining because I always have polish on my nails. So staining isn't really that big of an issue for me, but I know I have blues that are very, very similar to this that don't stain my nails, that are probably the exact same color that I wouldn't be able to tell a difference with. So why keep the one that stains my nails, if I have one that doesn't? I wound up rating this a 2. How could you do somebody like that? Because um, while they were very pretty, they're not for me. I'm actually putting, I just said that, the Sally Hansen in the giveaway, but I'm actually putting the Rogue in the giveaway too because I don't know, I didn't fancy it. I don't know how else to say. It's very pretty. When I look online at her swatch pictures of it, I love it. I love it. I bought it directly from her website. I'm pretty sure during Black Friday, and I love it. And after I wore it, I had made another purchase from Rogue this last month, and I went and looked at the pictures of it because it was still up, and I was like, I love this polish. I don't know why I don't like it on me, but I love it. So beautiful polishes. Just like I said, I don't fancy it on me at all. So I'm putting both those 2. I'm going to keep the Morgan Taylor, but the other 2 I'm putting in the giveaway. So next up, I wore 1 polish from Different Dimensions, and it is another Mystery Protocol that I bought in the summer, and this one is $3.58. It is another thermal. This is kind of like in the bottle. It kind of looks like a deep green with all these different flakies in it. I do have pictures where I caught it in the different states, the hot and the cold state, so I will put all those in. And this one, I have a regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, and a glossy top coat. And in this picture, there's kind of the green with the flakies. Look at that. It's really pretty. I have that. I like the hot state. I really like the hot state. And I like the cold state. Like, I really love the cold state, but I did not like the in-between state. I remember now. I'm pretty sure the hot state is really, really dark, and the cold state is, you'll definitely see the pictures though, in case I'm wrong. The cold state is like a really like limey, like murky, pruglish green, but the in-between state is kind of looks like a caramel apple, maybe reminds me of, and I just didn't like it. And it is already a little bit thick, this formula of this, but not too thick, kind of like a little gloopy, but not really thick. I don't know if adding thinner or base to it would help it, because it is a new polish that I just bought. It just wasn't for me. I wound up rating this a 2. How could you do somebody like that? And I am definitely putting this one in the giveaway. But it's one of those like prugly murky colors, but I just didn't, which I normally like that kind of stuff, but I just didn't care for that. So that one I'm definitely putting in the giveaway. So for the next, we're getting close to the end here, I promise. So the next polish, I wore one polish, and this is from Cuticle, and this is Crystal Ball. I wound up getting this, does it say what month? August of this year, in a Shift Happens mystery with Rogue. And I wasn't sure if I liked this one because these are not my base colors that I prefer. So I wanted to get this on my nails so I could try it. It's kind of like, I don't know what you would call this, like a magenta fuchsia color base with all these pretty flakies in it. But this was, in my pictures, you'll see regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, and a glossy top coat. It was easy removal. This polish is really pretty, but the base color's not for me. I wound up rating this a 2. How could you do somebody like that? And I am putting this one in the giveaway because, like I said, the base color just not for me, not for me. So the next polish I wore is one from Polish for Days, and this is called Full Moon. And it's basically like, I don't know how to describe it. I think it's like a silver base with black flakies. It was stunning. It was so pretty. And I do have that the pictures won't do this one justice either. I have regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, and glossy top coat. It is easy removal. So pretty. I wound up rating this a 4 that one day I'll get you in my hands and I'll play with you because I can't wait to mess with that polish and wear that one again. So pretty. Okay, so I think we have 2 more manicures. So the next manicure I wore is from Bluebird Lacquer, and it is called Sock It To Me. It's just this really pretty, like, lighter purple to like fuchsia magenta color. It's not like, I kind of like this kind of fuchsia. I know I'm so picky about fuchsias and magentas, but I like this kind of coloring because it's like lighter, I guess. In my pictures, I have a regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, a glossy top coat. This is so pretty. It was so pretty. It was easy removal. I rated it a 4 that one day I'll get you in my hands and I'll play with you because I can't wait to wear that polish again and mess with it and play with it. So my last manicure of September, I wore 2 polishes. I wore this polish from Morgan Taylor. It's from their Clueless collection. It's called As If, and it's basically a yellow, and it has this, I don't know if it's coming off on camera, but it has this in like quite a bit of shimmer in there, really. It's just hard to see. But I wind up topping it with this topper from Loud Lacquer, which is Pink Hair Don't Care, which is basically a clear topper with like bright hot pink glitters and black glitters. It's really cute. I think Loud Lacquer, when they do these glitter toppers, they're the best in my opinion. They have the right amount of dispersity when you go to paint them, because they're not too much, they're not too little. It's just the right amount in my opinion. But I wore these 2 together. And in my pictures, I wore regular base coat, 2 coats of the Morgan Taylor yellow, 1 coat of the Loud Lacquer, a glitter grabber over top of it because it is glitter, and a glossy top coat. I used clips to remove it. This manicure was cute. I mean, it wasn't a beauty manicure, but it was a very cute manicure. I really liked it. I rated it a 4 that one day I will get you in my hands and I'll play with you because I can't wait to wear them. And these Loud Lacquers, there's so many combinations. They look good on just about any color. It's really, really shocking. So I'm sorry this was another long video. I thought it wouldn't be that long because I was able to fit all my manicures in one tray, all my polishes in one tray. So I didn't think it would be that long, but it is long. So I am, sorry for that, but I do want to thank all my subscribers. If you watch my channel and if you subscribe to my channel, I so appreciate it. And I really do appreciate it. I know I might not come across that way, but I do. And if you like these type of videos, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. I do, nail content all the time, and I also do monthly giveaways of nail polish to subscribers. But another thing is, comment down below what you wore in the month of September, because I'm always curious if you had like a standout mani. I want to go look that up, and I do look them up. When you all message me or comment and tell me your manis, if I know what they are, I know what they are. But if I don't know, I do try to go find them and seek them and see what you're talking about, because I am always curious to see everyone else's manis, because I love monthly mani videos. They're, some of my favorites to watch. and see what everyone, wears. And because I don't have, I don't get to see all your alls, I love when you all tell me, because I do go and look those up. But that's all I have for you today. I hope everyone has a great day. Remember, keep polishing. Bye.